Hey there, Bixby developers. Today, I wanted to continue this series of enhancing input views for your capsule. I'll be demonstrating how to throw and catch errors based on the user's input. If you recall from the last couple of videos, we went from enhancing this basic input view into something more engaging to the user. After that, we added the ability for the capsule to acknowledge an invalid type of input from the user and provide the user with that feedback. Today, we'll be doing the third step, but instead by utilizing errors. The benefits of using errors in Bixby is that you can keep it in the JavaScript, so you will have a lot more flexibility when it comes to providing even better feedback for the user. The steps are pretty simple. You throw the error from the JavaScript, then you catch the error in the model, and finally, you'll want to provide some kind of meaningful feedback to the user.
Which of these cute animals would you like a fact on?
Resuming from where we left off, we can see here that we can type in an animal.
On October 18, 1963, the Lysette, also known as the Astrocat, was the first cat to go to space.
And that's not actually a picture of the Astrocat. That's a picture of one of my cats, Moxie. But anyway, if we type in something that this capsule doesn't support,
Pizza is not a valid animal. Which of these cute animals would you like a fact on?
and we can see that now the capsule is able to catch the fact that you said pizza and then throw back some kind of meaningful message to the user. So this is one valid approach to handle this, but another way to do it is by utilizing errors. And the first thing we're going to want to do is to actually undo kind of one part that we did in the last video, which is here in the dialog portion, or here in the message portion of the search term structure view file. We're going to want to remove that for now, because instead we're going to be providing this error message in the model instead. We're going to want to catch any errors that this action may have. And to do so, first, let's actually throw the error, and we do that in the JavaScript that's linked to this, which is the getSearchTerms.js. And the first thing we have to do is we have to import the fail library, which is the error library in Bixby. In this case, when do we want to throw an error? We want to throw an error when the non-search term is actually detected in this function. So this means that the user provided something that's not an enum, because right now Bixby will always give back a non-search term as long as it is not an enum matching the search term. Because if we go back and take a look at our models, we have the search term, which is an enum. So if it doesn't match any of the vocab associated with the search term, it will never be this enum. And instead, we have training that catches that, whatever the user might say, as a non-search term. So that's when we want to throw the error, is when we get the non-search term. So if non-search term, then we throw a new fail.checked error, and then here we can just name the error whatever, invalid search term, invalid search term. And there are some optional things that you can pass in right here, but for now we're just going to keep it simple like this. And if we go into the action, which is the get search terms, now we actually have to do the catching portion of it. So right here, we just add a throws and then error. In this case, we are catching the invalid search term. And on catch, we need to replan this. And now let's provide some kind of useful dialogue. So sorry, I don't have any facts about the non-search term. And then we just provide it with the intent to get search terms again. Okay, so what's going on here is that when the error is thrown, it is caught, and then finally it replans, and first it provides the user with this dialog that says, sorry, I don't have any facts about whatever the search term is. And then In the replan, it will try to do this action again. So get search terms, it'll restart this whole process and then basically ask you for one of these search terms. Let's go ahead and give it a try really quick.
Which of these cute animals would you like a fact on? Sorry, I don't have any facts about mushrooms. Which of these cute animals would you like a fact on?
And also, in case you were wondering what this first thing here is, this is actually the error message for development purposes. So you could type in something like invalid search term detected. And where you'll actually see this is in the debugger. So let's run this again.
Which of these Sorry, I don't have any facts about mushrooms.
And if we go to the debugger, we can see that if we click on this, we will see invalid search term detected under the explanation. So that's what that first thing there is for. So really it's generally not too important, and I usually just keep it as the same as that. And this thing here, it's an error object, and we do have some documentation on that, but for the most part you don't really typically need to pass much through that. And instead, generally speaking, you can catch this like that and then provide some kind of meaningful dialogue to the user. So there you go. Hopefully that serves as a brief introduction in terms of how to utilize error handling when it comes to enhancing your input views. And yeah, that's it.